In this video, I'm going to show you how to create the cross brace that goes underneath the board, and it's going to go across here and be screwed in with these parts here. So the first thing for us to do is we want to create a part that's going to go on there. So I'm gonna shift it around to this view. I'm going to start, make sure I'm in 3D model and start a 2D sketch. And I actually want to put it on the midplane that we generated earlier. So if you look, and you did actually rename your midplanes, then you'll see that it's the second one along here. It's the second one I did. And I can just click on that as the plane I'm going to work with. All right, and now I can kind of see that I'm definitely halfway through there. I'm going to right click and I'm going to slice graphics. That now lets me see through this kind of bit of wood and see where the bottom of our base is. I'm going to come up and go to project geometry with that clicked on there, or you can select it like that. I can now come up and click on that point there and then also on that point there. Now we use those as location points now. Then click on rectangle. Now you can lock onto that point you've just generated and come down, bring it across till it locks onto the other side point. And then I'm going to press tab. I can see that's 319. So I'm going to go now tab to the other dimension and change that to 60 millimeters and press enter. I can now finish my sketch, and you can see that that sketch goes right the way halfway through this hole if everything is lined up. So now I'm going to go to extrude, and on extrude you need to change it to 9.2. It will be 10, you know, and you want to change that to 9.2, which is the dimension, the exact dimension of the bits of plywood that we have. So 9.2 to start with, and yours will be on this kind of one join material. You need to change that over to new solid because it's a completely new material. You also want to change the direction to this one, which is symmetric, which means it goes both ways around that center point. Okay, with that in place, you might also choose to rename the body. So I'm going to call mine cross brace like that. And there we go. We've now created it with those different things in measure, going two different ways, 9.2 and new solid, and changing the name to cross brace. Then I can click OK. Now I want the hole, a pilot hole, to go through that, because we are going to, if I come around this way, you're going to drill through, you know, clearance hole through here, and then you're going to drill into it. So I want a pilot hole that's going to go into there. I'm going to use this sketch one that we used before. So I'm going to right click on that sketch one and make it visible. Now I don't think we put a point in it, so I'm double click on that sketch one there, double click on it so we come through, and I'm not sure we actually put a point in the middle here where we're going to work with. So I'm going to put a point now, so click on the point tool and then come over, that was just here, that point tool, and then come over, and just when it joins up and lines up with these two holes here, we're just going to click once there. Now I've got a point there, I can finish my sketch, and now when I go to hole, the hole tool here, I can come over and I can select that point if it's not selected already. All right, there we go. So I've now selected that point. The next thing for us to do is to click on this solid area here and select the solid we want to use. Don't click this one, it's the cross brace, and I can just see it underneath there. If you have to rotate around to click on it, then do, but I can just see, you know, if you have to come up like this and kind of go like that and then click it there, then do that. All right. Once you've got that in place, you can see the arrows going out like this. We're going to change directions from that direction to this direction, so it's going in. And then we want to change it to say 2.5 millimeter hole. And then if you haven't selected this distance, say if it's here, you won't see the distance that it wants to go down. So you need to change it to this distance button here, and it should be the whole one selected, and now this distance, and I would set that probably to maybe 30 millimeters or at least 20. Yeah, I'd set it to 30. Depends which screws we use, but you know, 30 is not going to be a problem. So set it to 30, and you should be able to see that now. If we kind of have a look, you can see how far that's going all the way through. Okay, and then you can click OK. Now that should have generated a hole there. The problem is you can't see it. You can't see that whenever you're looking around. So click on the front view like this, zoom in, and then I would personally, just to double check, go to view, go to visual style, and change it from shaded or shaded with edges down to, say, shaded with hidden edges. And there you go. Now you can see there's a hole running through that. and then you can change it back to shaded with edges because you know that's in there now. Now the that's the cross brace generated there, and probably enough for this video.